And a very good morning to everybody. We are just about to embark on random ride number 18, which takes us to Taralga. Taralga is located about 45, not even 45 minutes north of Goulburn. So we've just set out from Albion Park and we're just on Tongara Road now, heading up towards the escarpment. It's 15 degrees at the moment, it's 20 past 7 and we've headed off on time. We've got about 6 or 7 bikes in tow at the moment, and we're heading up to Mossvale to meet other riders who are coming down from the Macarthur area. So had a nice little surprise this morning. Young Al sold his little Ninja 300 a few weeks ago and has been champing at the bit to find something in preparation for this ride, and as late as yesterday he picked up a nice little second-hand speed triple. So he's just turned up on that, and all the boys have had a good look and a gander at it, and we're away. So I hope he enjoys today. I hope he enjoys his bike. I'm sure he'll have many years of enjoyment to come, and yeah, look forward to hearing how he goes throughout the day. Today we're expecting a top of 28. I sound like an airline pilot. Top of 28, mostly sunny. It's a beautiful day right now. There's a little bit of haze up above the escarpment, but there's no fog up there, so I'm expecting that we're going to have a nice run up through there. We won't stop at the pie shop this time. We're going to head straight through to Mossvale to meet the other crowd, so I expect that we'll be there in about 45 minutes. So random ride 18 to Taralga, the itinerary for today. So we've just left Albion Park, as I mentioned before. We've got a group of about 8 to 10, 6 to 7, I don't know what the number is, but anyway. And we're going to head up to Mossvale to meet the group coming from Macarthur. From there we're going to head down to Goulburn for our first stop. We'll do that via Bundanoon, so we won't be in a hurry to get out onto the highway. So we'll head through Penrose, Bundanoon, Exeter, just for the scenic trip. Head down to Goulburn. We'll head down towards the big merino there, so if anybody wants to top up fuel and have a refreshment pie, anything like that, we'll do that. Stop there for a bit. Then we'll head back into the Goulburn CBD, where we'll turn left and head out towards Crookwell. And then we'll head north out of town before we head back towards the east to head over to Taralga, where there's a beautiful little pub there called the Taralga Inn. We've been there only once before. Stop there for a bit and we'll just head home straight back to Goulburn and up the highway. We'll turn off towards Mossvale, and the rest will probably head on north back up to Campbelltown. That'll finish the day. So we're just about to hit the bottom of the pass right now. Comes back down to a 60 zone. Might stay online and you can experience this with me, but I'm not going to be in a hurry up here. But I absolutely love this road. So enjoy the little ride up the pass. another 25k corner. Lane, which is 300 ahead, we're going to be able to get past this. Forward, away we go. This corner. It's a whole lot of your chapsticks, ladies, and away we go. Always a bit of fun. Okay, just heading past Robbo Pie Shop. It's a very cool 13 degrees. I'm really feeling it through my vented gloves. I haven't even brought any winter gloves with me just because of the weather forecast. So yeah, the fingies are a little bit cold, but then I just remembered I've got heater grips. So I've just popped them on, and now my fingers are nice and toasty warm. G'day, back again. We're just going through Robertson. A nice little pace of 50 kilometres an hour, which is the speed limit through here. I just thought I'd cover off who we've got on the ride today, so and what they're on. So we've got Tom and Steve, both on their Honda Blackbirds. We've got Craig on his Suzuki Bandit. We've got Kenny. Has been with us since day one. He rides a little CBR 500. I say little because it's the smallest bike in the pack these days, and we give him a little bit of juice earlier on to let him know he needs to up the game a bit. So no pressure for Kenny, but you know, there's no replacement for displacement, as they say. We've got Naz. He's on a relatively new bike. He bought a CBR 1000. I think it's a double R or an R. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that next time I see him. Al, as I mentioned before, has his new Speed Triple, 1050 cc's. Beautiful little bike, as we said before. And there's another chap who's with us. I can't remember his name. He's been on one of our rides before. Came on our 3 Dam ride, but I just can't remember. He recalled his name at the moment, but I'll find out when we get to the next stop, and we might even have a quick chat with him and see what he's riding. I'd hate to say that it's a Yamaha Star, but it's either that or it's a little Harley. But as I said, we'll find that out when we get to Mossvale. So that's the group of 8. And I think we'll be joined by maybe 4 or 5 when we get to Mossvale. But again, we'll confirm that when we get there. So until then, we'll enjoy the little trip from Robbo through to Mossvale. Chat soon. Peace. Okay, Just arriving into Mossvale now as we head past the sports ground. It's coming down into the 50k zone now. I expect to head around this corner and we'll end up down at the McDonald's, which is just down here. I can see it now. Should be a few guys here, which we will soon see. Morning guys. Morning. Morning. Kenny, how are you? Have a good ride up the pass?
Yes, I did.
Yes, very good. You envious of this bike here, mate?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah?
I'll get one soon.
Next pay.
Next pay.
Hey? Next pay?
Yeah.
Morning.
Yes, good morning.
Morning. Big Phil, how are you, mate?
Alright.
You alright?
How are you?
Hey?
It's getting there.
Big Naz.
Hey mate, how are you?
How are we?
Not too bad. Not happy with the Suzuki. Hey?
Okay, so we have just left Macca's at Mossvale, and I think we've got 17 or 18 bikes, so what a massive group today, which is awesome. Today we're joined by Ryan from Campbelltown. I met Ryan a month or so ago during a game of golf, and found out he had a bike, and he was keen to join us, which was great. So yeah, so Ryan rides a Yamaha Star. It's a 650, I believe. So we welcome him along the ride today. Hopefully he has a good day and meets a few people, and like all of us, you know, we've all met and made new friends. So that's the good thing about random rides is, you know, we're all in it for the same thing. So it's very easy to make friends when you when this is your hobby. So as I said, we've just departed Macca's at Mossvale, so we're just heading towards the south end of town just now. 17 or 18 bikes in tow. 16 degrees now, which is good. Expect to get a little bit more warmer throughout the day, to a top of 28 at around about 2 p.m. So that'll be nice. So in the meantime, we're just going to head out of Mossvale here, and we're going to take a left-hand turn and follow the railway line along through Penrose, Wingello, Exeter, Bundanoon. Before we come back out on the highway again, just short of Marulan. and then we'll head down to the big Merino. We'll take the first exit and just go in through town and get off the highway as quick as possible. So as looking back now, I can see all the lights and see all the bikes, which is pretty cool. We're all on the big convoy. So we'll check in again soon. Until then, ciao. Okay, so we've turned off the Moss Vale Road and turned into Exeter Road. And we're in the little township of Bundanoon, which I believe the Bundanoon Festival is on or about to occur. Bundanoon sort of music festival with pipe bands and all that sort of stuff. Just said g'day to a couple of brothers. What's interesting is when we go on these rides, what we have to account for and factor in is all of the varying capacities of fuel that each bike takes. So my bike, for example, I've been travelling for over an hour now, and more than an hour, and I've still got 326 kilometres left as my range, so I'm okay. Whereas you've got Wayne on his Sportster, and it has a range of only about 170 kilometres. So he's filled up at Picton and also filled up just here at Moss Vale. So I suspect he'll be thinking about getting fuel at Goulburn before we make our way up to Crookwell and Taralga, because there won't be a lot of fuel stops out that way. Okay, just had a few technical issues with the cameras then, and I haven't been able to speak to you for a bit, but we've just left the big Merino at Goulburn. We're heading back into town, and we'll be turning off to Crookwell. I had a friendly police officer on a motorcycle pull in and say g'day and find out where we were going and what we were doing, and suggested a couple of alternative routes if we had a bit of time. I don't think we will, but we will have that time today, but definitely food for thought for next time. So Ryan's just pulled in behind me. G'day mate, how you going? Mentioned before, Ryan's joining us for the first time, so hopefully mate, when you watch this video back, we can at least give you some nice memories of the day, and hopefully see you on another one soon, mate. Yeah, so the police officer, yeah, a very lovely fellow, just sussing out some of the bikes, and was quite friendly. Promised he wouldn't meet us out at Taralga, but as I said before, there's no race and no rush to get out there, so you know, if you want to speed, you do so at your own risk. If you want want to speed, you do so at your own risk.
We're really opening these bikes up through this stretch of road.
If you want to speed, you do so at your own risk. So hold on to your chapsticks, ladies, and away we go. If you want to speed, you do so at your own risk. Corner, and this will bring us up to the hotel. Whoa. Okay, back online again. So we've just had our last fuel stop at Goulburn. We've just made our way back from Taralga after a nice hearty lunch. Come back into Goulburn there, just past the correctional centre. And I think everybody's just topped off their tanks now for the trips home. So we've got a group that are just heading straight home from here straight up to Campbelltown. They're not going to be heading via Mossvale as we will be. But another group will just fall in behind us as well. So yeah, it was a really good day. Really enjoyed that stretch of road from Crookwell over to Taralga. You know, there was all 80-kilometre speed limited corners the whole way, so the road was really good. So we were able to stretch the legs out a little bit along that section, and actually got to the Taralga pub a little bit earlier than what we thought. So sat around, had a chat, a few beers, and had some lunch. So from there it was just a short ride from Taralga down to Goulburn. As I said, we've just filled up and are on our way back now. So we'll do one more stop at Mossvale, just as a little reprieve there, and then we'll make our way. There's Tony, he's pulled up next to me. Okay. Oh, righto, so we've just pulled over just on the southern side of Mossvale and said all of our goodbyes to the group.